This Fleetwood J.R. from Orlando, Florida, tapped in with industry's most wanted. Let's get it, certified underdog.
2 a.m. gotta keep a 223 when I run these streets. Roscoe down when you put it on me, I don't got no brain. Buy me deal, buy me a drink, the vibe be lit, got locked in with take home with me. Only bills on real double G's, rollin' baby girl, then the bottom might be gonna be sold. Cause most these niggas don't need one, do it on women, come in the bang. These niggas be.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Fleetwood J.R., where we at?
Industries.
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one. Boom.
Wanted.
We got my homie in the building. Shout out to Fleetwood J.R. in the building, all the way from Orlando, out here in the A. What's going on, family? How you doing?
A whole lot of everything right now. I'm charged up right now. And like I said, you know, Tampa, it's an honor to be back here. You know, I'm forever grateful and everything right now. You know, this the jumper cables. This what started it all for me, you know, the energy.
I'm so proud of you. You've been out here getting to it, man. Give us a brief introduction of yourself.
It's Fleetwood J.R., the certified underdog, real big dog, top dog, all in one. I'm an artist, entrepreneur, every little thing going on. I just try to be in the mix, you know what I mean, and start that motion, cook that pot up, real talk.
Straight like that, man. Listen, we got a lot to talk about and dive into since the last time you were here, because you were doing great things then, but you're doing greater things now. You've leveled up, so we're going to dive into it. Before we do that, for people who may not understand your journey, I just want to briefly touch on you're from the Orlando, Florida area, born and raised. How long you been out here? Well, okay, break that down for us then, for people who don't know.
Yeah, I was born in North Miami in Dade County, but I was raised in West Orlando. So I want the people, I'm always show Orlando, like, you know, see how some people like, you know, that's just the origin of why I started. It was in Miami, but West Orlando what made me.
Yeah, most definitely, 100%. What brought you out here to the A?
Oh, really? Just opportunity. You know, my cousin gave me a little vision, the same one that put me in a situation like almost 12 years ago, you know, and he was like, let's get back to it. I see you still following, you know, what you love to do and stuff, so I'm going to put you in these situations where, because you can make something out of it, you know, being Atlanta is what it is with music and stuff, so he wanted to take me out of the environment where I can, you know, make things happen for myself.
Would you ever move back to Orlando? Was that ever a thought for you?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I feel like I'm a shark now that can't fit in a fishbowl. That's how I feel like. It's just the growth in life and just seeing and experiencing other things. I always love home. I rep my city everywhere I go and let it be known. But I just feel like I'm that shark. You can't put me in the box no more. Like I done, you know, my mind done expanded so many different ways. But I actually just left home, and it's just like an event that I haven't been to, classic weekend and all that. I haven't been in years. So it's like when I went out there and actually seen the energy of like how the atmosphere and everything is, like it's still people having a good time, but it's more like the police got more aggressive, and it's different now, you know. I
agree 100%. That's kind of what happened out here, like with Freaknik. You know, when I was coming out here, you know, I'm an OG. I was coming out here in like 95, 96 for Freaknik. Man, it was just so free and fun. And then it got to the point where the police got involved, and they had eventually had to shut it down. I hope that doesn't happen with the classic, but sadly it may.
Yeah, they just more like, man, once it's over, the event ain't no hanging out nowhere. You can't do nothing no more. They bringing the dogs out at noon. Like, what's going on with this? And then people that want to have it, you know, entrepreneurs that having events and throwing, showcasing and stuff, like it make it look bad for them, because don't nobody want to be around. If you see 30 police cars in the parking lot, people want to keep going.
No, that is facts. Absolutely. Nobody has time to deal with that. Even if you're not doing anything wrong, like I don't be driving crazy, but I still even get nervous when the police behind me, because I'm like, I don't have time to deal with them pulling me over and giving me a hard time. Like, you know, nobody wants to deal with that, you know, so I totally understand. So it's safe to say he ain't moving back to Orlando, maybe not until he's retired.
Hey, no, they say Florida retirement state, so I get old and gray, I might do it.
That's what I told my dad. I said, when I'm ready to retire, then maybe I'll think about moving back. But like you said, you know, when you start making these big moves, you need to be in a big city.
Yeah.
Coming to the A, how do you feel like that versus being in Orlando has enhanced your entire situation from being an artist and a podcaster and everything else you do?
The ability to network with all type of people from different walks in life. You know, you never know who's who. So that's the type of mind I got, where I want to build relationships. So that's really what kind of sparked the podcast and kind of correlated everything. But I'm just loving to just run into people just from different places. It ain't just, of course it's Atlanta, people that's from here that live here, but you got a melting pot of people from New York, Cali, all different type of places. So it's having these conversations, getting these gems too, because they plant seeds on me when I'm having conversation. We exchange information, and it just helps the growth.
Let me ask you this. When you moved out here, what was that defining moment, if you can recall, that made you say, you know what, I made the right decision to move out here?
A weekend of spring break of going to, like, it's crazy. Like, really felt like a star that weekend. In my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm that. Like, just to see how people was treating and everybody out, everybody welcoming and everybody having a good time. Ain't no situations popping off. And then getting access in the room, going to T.I. studio and all that. I'm sitting there. I think Rico Love or Hannah Kane was in the room. I'm sitting back like, I'm really in here. But it's like they having conversations of how we going business wise. And they ain't like, I just bought this helicopter and I just bought this new car, or bought, like, they in there like, how we gonna make money? How we gonna talk business and stuff like that? Because on the other end, like, never being in that space, I'm thinking these people just, because what you see put in the media, everybody flexed up in there, but nah, they really just, and the fact that they respect that you in this room, because it's like, all right, you came with them, so you got to be doing something. You know what I mean? It ain't like, who is this? Who's your man? It's like, they really treat you like you supposed to be in the room too.
Man, and you can't help but respect them for being that way as well.
Facts.
So one thing about networking and meeting people, them relationships will put you in rooms that money cannot. You can't buy your way into those type of rooms. You had to build those relationships or walk in with the right people who had them relationships.
Yeah.
Sitting in those rooms, per se, for people to understand, sitting in them rooms, being in the right places, what would you say is like one of the biggest things that you've really taken from that or learned from that, being around the TIs and people like that?
Really just learning the business, like, as an artist, and see, like, really how to approach things and stuff. It's like, it's just a learning moment, being able to still be a student in the game, just sitting in the back, back of I'm in the front of the classroom. I ain't sitting in the back. I'm trying to absorb everything that's going on. So it's just like, just information, like the growth. That's what everything I'm on. What can I learn new to help enhance myself and my brand and, my walk?
How important is it to Fleetwood J.R. to be a student of the game, per se? Because some people don't want to be. They want to feel like they're already on top. They don't want to learn. They just want to, boom, go straight to the top. How important is it to you to actually study the business?
The game is evolving and changed. If you've been in the game as long as, like, from 2012 and the early 2000s, you got to understand that we was once at shout out to Knox Barnes. I just in an interview with him too, but he was dropping game on how good it used to be for artists back in the day to do hand-to-hand transactions and get your money and profit to hey, here's LimeWire and everything. Now everything's streaming, and now if you still keeping the mentality like, you can still hand-to-hand, people is getting Apple subscriptions where they can get music for free. So it's like, you have to change. You can't be stuck, like, in time. Like, it's ain't Back to the Future where, like, time is moved and everything's doing its due. I love that movie, by the way, but, like, yeah, you got to get with the times or the time gonna leave you behind. Like, I literally remember when I first moved to the A, people were still, like, low-key doing the hand-to-hand thing. Yeah. But it's like, it was no marketing, though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was more like a blank, like, no presentation either for what I'm used to. Seeing the flyers on the CD and all, they literally got the marker wrote on there. Bro, I don't know you from nowhere. And the way you're approaching you with it, it's like, how I know if it's some on the CD, by the way, turn it around, but I'm just like, how I know this gonna be that? You could have easily put anything on here.
Could be a virus on there.
Yeah, like, you could be selling me a CD that I ain't got nothing on here. You could just trick me, and it will people put all over. Like, I'm a person that support people though too. I'm just shutting them out. Like, man, I ain't feeling, hey, what going on? Because they did the same thing when I went to Cali and stuff. Like, I'm gonna support my people and stuff, but. Yeah, you gotta have a better marketing or something. You're gonna be hand in hand, be a person. Talk me into it, at least if I don't know your music or who you is,
Be a good sales guy.
Yeah.
2 Chainz had said a while back in one of his interviews is, 2 Chainz is he's not old, but he's a little older than some of these other artists out here. He said, get on board or get left behind. And I think that's the truest statement ever, because that's what's kept him relevant being in his 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on board with what people want to hear right now. Right. He does a podcast with his son, Halo. He's got restaurants. You know what I'm saying? He's getting on board with what people want. That little piece of advice can take you a long way. 100%. You gotta get on board, because we in an era now. We're in a digital era.
Yeah.
Digital era. Speaking of digital era, you started your podcast. And listen, that's something to be proud of, because I've been a podcaster for 14 years, and it's not easy to stay consistent. One thing I can say, I just want to brag on you for a second, is out of when coming down my timeline, you're probably one of the most consistent podcasters that I've seen because you're always posting your content. Let's talk about it. Tell us the name of it. Tell us, who's been involved. Give us the rundown.
So it's the Underdogs podcast. It was started in 2022. I co-founded it with my partner, my co-host. I do music with him too, Sly Life. So it was just the idea of just out of frustration. It wasn't really no plan. Like, I was really frustrated with seeing, like, platforms and being an artist and sitting back, like, they really got them on here talking about that? They ain't even trying to talk about their craft or nothing. They really just exploiting them, exploitation. So I'm like, nah, I ain't want to be no hater. I ain't want to point at just, I'm like, man, let's change the narrative because we used to have the news to paint our narrative for it. Now we got social media where, like, we can go in here and change our own narrative and all that. So it was a spin off of just giving people their flowers, giving them the red carpet, making them feel like they won the Grammy and, make people feel good about, their journey and help them keep going with what they doing.
Do you feel like developing a podcast as a music artist helps enhance what you already had going on as an artist?
Big facts. It brought stuff that I ain't even thought that came from it. And I'm just like, because just being an artist, it was like, okay, I'm an artist. I walk in a room or anything, it's just like, I only got music to talk about.
Right.
So now when I'm going in rooms and stuff like that, like I might have a little performance or something like that. And I got something else to talk to people about that I'm really passionate about. Like you could open up people and then start a conversation with that versus, hey, just scan my music, check it out, boom. And it just, the conversation end right there.
Yeah.
So it's like basically giving something that people can relate to and you can open up a conversation more with. So
you have to have multiple hustles, right?
Yeah.
We can't just do one thing. And you want to be known for more than, nothing wrong with just being an artist, but you have the admiration to be bigger and do more than that.
Facts.
Let's talk a little bit more in how your music itself ties into the podcast. Do you promote yourself on your own podcast?
Yeah, like if I'm dropping something like that, I try to incorporate it with it and stuff like that. Like it's like I cross-platform post it. Like I might be I just did a radio in Orlando, matter of fact, where we talking about the podcast, but we talk about the music and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, it just correlating and it mess good because it ain't like two different things. Like everything on the podcast match with the type of artist I'm in. It ain't just... it don't conflict with each other.
Absolutely.
So it feel like it's no effort for real.
When it's your platform, you could do what you want on there, right?
Big facts. Big facts.
Who are a couple of people that you've had the opportunity to interview that really stood out to you?
Everybody stood out, but like the notable people, like we was like a year in probably 6 months, I remember, and I got a message that Papa Duck wanted to come on our platform.
That's
and
hard.
stuff. So that was like the first biggest I was like, man, Papa Duck want to come on? And it was like, I guess because what been going on, we've been just being consistent and stuff like that, and he a big pioneer in Florida. So
definitely,
I was just like, man, what? And that give more fuel in the tank, because at points, you'll feel like when you working on something and stuff and it's new, people be wanting that instant success, that microwave success, but
right.
Them just building the organic love for it in the past, and it's like, all right, we just doing it because we really, But Papa Duck and my partner, he a celebrity security guard for Fredo Bang. So when he came on and stuff, Fredo did his little 1-2 and stuff like that. So I like, that what's up, you feel me? And, we had, I'm trying to remember. Well, recently we just had DVD Global Empress too on there, and she a A&R out there in South Beach and stuff. She definitely made her point. You know what I mean? And we got Knox Barnes just came on there and stuff. But yeah, from what off my head, I can remember them were people that was like, man, they really watching us. Like they see this, because they like, we respect the grind. Like that's everything to hear that.
Is your co-host, is he still in Florida?
Yeah, he in Orlando. Yeah,
so you guys are doing like virtual, what do you use, Restream or StreamYard?
StreamYard. I was looking at Restream too, because StreamYard started to just kind of like, I think they upped their price a little bit. So I'm like, okay, let me see how I'm going to work Restream too. But StreamYard is a great platform, ease of access, and it ain't too complicated. So
absolutely. I started with StreamYard and I switched to Restream only because I found they have a few more little options and stuff on there, and the pricing is definitely reasonable. But overall, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's dope. See, what's so dope about what people don't understand, these StreamYard, Restream, you can live stream on multiple platforms, but you don't even necessarily have to be in the same place as your co-host.
That part.
You can do everything virtually. Does he ever come up here to the A?
Here and there, like when we shot a video and stuff, like when we try to put things together, he'll come up here and stuff. But yeah, he done been up here. He was here for the first jump, like when we came and stuff like that on that spring break.
Yeah.
And we both leaned to like, bro, this real? This really how it is for real? Because you hear about Atlanta so much, but that actually just go through that in the midst of 3 days, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it was a time where like, you know, in them days, like 2015, where you say them showcases, who got to do, all that stuff was going on like every day.
Yes.
It was just the momentum was really high. I was like, I got to be here. Because, boy, back home, I'm like, I said I love home, but this is why I need to, you know, I need to do this groundwork.
Are you talking about the Street Exec Showcase?
All that stuff.
Who's got the juice?
Yeah.
I used to be there every week. That's my family over there. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. As an artist on the rise, how important is it to you to get out and do these showcases and jump on these stages? Because I know that you recently had a performance that was televised.
Yeah, that, and shout out Payola Pay was a guest on the platform as well. So that's, like I said, a cross-platform where the podcast bring other opportunities because it's like, oh, you do music too? And then, you know, that started happening. But yeah, I got put on to the situation with King 808.
Yeah.
So it was like, we went to the theater and stuff in Buckhead, and it was a whole televised situation that's going to be on Tubi, Peacock, and Amazon Prime like February and stuff, and they going to bring it back. It's called the Culture Live Show. So when I seen it, I'm like, that's everything I stand on for the culture. So I need to be in that. And yeah, it was a successful night, you know, and met more people. Like the music, they're like, okay, bro, I like the music. Then to extend this conversation, bro, I got a platform. Because I'm, you know, a fan of what they had going on. So, yeah.
Congratulations. That's a big move right there. So it's going to be televised, you said, coming in February.
Yeah, February.
That'll probably open some more doors for you.
Yeah, they say March they going to spin back again, so I'm going to get right back on the stage. I ain't playing no game.
I mean, how did that feel? Did it make you a little nervous or a little anxious knowing that this is not just I'm performing, but I'm performing to be on television? Did that change how you went up there on stage?
Not at all. I don't know. I guess because I'm so the confidence that's been built in me to know my worth with my music and my craft, like internally, like I ain't really seeking no outside validation no more. It's like now I'm doing this because this is what I do. Like this is, you know. So when I got on stage, it was like, oh, it's my turn. I think I went second too. I just like, let's do it.
I know you've also had your music playing in South Florida, Hit Factory Radio.
Yeah, shout out to them boys.
Yeah, shout out to them out there, definitely. How did you connect with them?
Through DVD Global Empress again. Shout out to her. But yeah, she basically, I think she tagged me in it or something. So when I went on there, one thing I respect about their platform, because a lot of people do music reviews and stuff, but
yes,
they're real like well-rounded with they responses. Like they don't just one way. They actually tell you, like, give you a vision of where they see. They give you the feedback, like how I feel about the record. Then they go into the mixing and mastering, all that type of stuff. And then they lead you off with probably film placements or give you some ideas that you can, you know, market your record and stuff like that. So I value that, you know, people that's like, if they when they really into their craft like that, like DJs and stuff, I'm going to take that advice because that's the stuff I would want to hear because I got to be everything all in one as an artist. So
absolutely.
I need that type of stuff so I can know how I'm move forward to give me an idea where to go with it.
100%. Those are the type of people that you want to like surround yourself with, associate yourself with, because you could tell that they want you to win.
That part.
You know, and there are a lot of people out here who don't want us to win. That's why they don't put us on game. That's why they don't support us because they don't want to see us do better than them. And them people, that's why they're going to get left right where they at.
Yeah.
We dealing with the people who are truly here for us. And it sounds like that's what you're doing. Even though you're an artist yourself, being that you'll interview and work with other artists speaks a lot for you, that you're confident within who you are, not only as a man, but also as a music artist. Are you currently taking bookings for the new year for artists to interview on your platform?
Nah, facts. I got a new calendar I'm cooking up for January and stuff. So yeah, I'm open. I'm like artists, entrepreneurs, all walks of life. Like I'm open for it. But I ain't gonna lie, something that just changed my life. Got that first paid like show off a virtual show. And it's like how you said, Tampa, time is money too, you know. So I was so big on like just the same way I approach with music, like just going at the crowd, and knowing that like, okay, I'm not chasing nothing like I'm chasing something like any type of fame or something. It's more like I'm doing this, but I know like when I got that first situation, like it came off me doing the work.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't come. I knew that like, okay, just focus on the crowd. Everything that people chasing, the universe gonna drop it on you anyway. So that's why I was like with the podcast, it's like I'm being real genuine. I'm doing this with people having real conversation and building the platform and building the worth of it. But then when that payment drop, it's like, hey, I know my worth now. Like,
facts.
This is crazy. Like, it was crazy because I'm like, I ain't come in asking for it, but it's like when it got dropped on me randomly, I'm like, oh, okay, nah, it's hit different.
When you're out there chasing the money and the fame, like, that's how people get real disappointed because it's not always going to be there. And I feel like God sees that. Mm-hmm. When you're a good person and you're out here just putting the hard work in because you genuinely are passionate about it, all that stuff will come, like you said. That's what my OG told me when I first got in the business. He said, if you get in this music business for the money, you're going to be disappointed because the money ain't always there. But if you get in it for the love of it, the money and everything else will come along with it. And that's what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
You're experiencing all that. You had your first paid show.
Yeah, that's like what the last show I just did.
Listen, that is a major accomplishment because that shows you're doing all the right things. You know, how did it feel to receive that first payola on a performance?
that was crazy. Like I was just like after the show, I'm like just like sing your Zell, whatever. I'm like, huh? You know? And I'm looking, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay. But like stuff like that, working with genuine people like that and stuff, that made me go over and beyond for them too. You know what I mean? It ain't just like, I'm like, okay, since you did that, whatever, you know, the next show, we do the sit down live, you know what I mean? I'm going to take care of you just because the initiation of it, because you didn't have to do it. I'm one of them people like that, like, you ain't have to do it for me, you feel me? So that's why I be eternally grateful for the, you know, the blessings that be set up and stuff. So
absolutely, but that's why you're going to be eternally blessed because you are grateful for those opportunities, and it don't even matter how much it is. Shoot, someone can send you $20 for something, $50 for something, whatever it is. That is a come up because every artist starts out having to pay for performances.
Facts.
If you're brand new, you're not going to get no free performance or get paid for it because nobody knows you. You start out paying, then you might get to the point where you're not paying, but you're not getting paid. Now that money starts coming in, it don't matter if it's a little bit because you try, any big artist out there will tell you they started out, man, I was only making $500 for my first show. Now they're making $50,000.
Yeah,
that's the goal, right?
Yeah, that's why I feel like time is like, okay, people be looking for a monetary gain, but it's like, okay, relationships is a game.
Yes.
You know, you got to look at it like money too, because like you say, it could put you in situations that money can't. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, that's everything to me.
Tell us about the distribution deal with Empire. Congratulations. Listen, we got so much to talk about because since the last time you were here, so many things have popped off.
Yeah, that was 4 months to be exact. I remember I went down my timeline and was like, bro, I didn't know I did all this in the middle of like 4 months. But yeah, it took 4 months of grind, almost a lifetime of just dedicated to music. But that, like I say, 3 years would be January for the podcast. So like everything just dropped on me in one time, so it's like I'm just on a natural high right now. Like it's crazy, but yeah, the distribution deal. Shout out to DVD Global Empress again in Miami. Like she was the one that was like
DVD Global Empress.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta switch to this camera angle over here. Hold on, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for out here making it happen and putting these artists in the position. You know, definitely I wanted to give her flowers. I'm not familiar with her, but I am now.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she doing big things popping. So shout out to you, my love, because you're doing the right things out here for these artists. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, fast though, for real. Shout out DVD Global Empress for the culture worldwide. She's a OG in the game too in the industry. When I did her interview, I actually interviewed one of her artists, her former artists at the time.
Okay.
And stuff. So when I did her artist, she locked in. She probably been laying on the platform watching it for a minute.
Yeah.
So when I finally did an episode and stuff, and she dropped a lot on me in the episode, I was like, I asked myself, like, who am I interviewing right now? like this for real? And then, like, she dropped the stuff on me, but like I said, I'm one of them type of people where I'm like, they say closed mouth don't get fed, which I understand. You gotta put yourself out there and put it on the table for people to decide how they want to go with it.
Yes.
But I'm one of the people, like, if you say, like, okay, Tampa, you came to me like, yeah, I'm an A&R at this label and I do all this and stuff. I ain't going to be like, put me on. Like, just just straight up and just forget what going on at the time we interviewing. I'm just focused on me at that point. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm like, if somebody throws something on me or whatever, they feel I deserve it. So it's really at that point I can decide where I want to go with it. But that's where the grateful part come in. Cause I'm like, at the end of the interview, she like, yeah, you know, it's 2025, some big things coming. I want to make sure, you know. And then when she texted me, it was like, you know, you want to go ahead with the empire and all that. And I was just like, okay, because I heard her say it in the interview and all the type of stuff, you know, that she want to, you know, put forth to me and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, after the fact, I'm like, okay, she must feel I really deserve this, you know. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to forever give her a flower because she took a chance on me. Absolutely. Everybody that took a chance on me.
That's love, man. So that's been in place for, you said, about 4 months now?
Now, from the 4 months was from when I first came to industry mode 1 and then height. You feel me? From that point to December, like all that stuff I've been doing, and even with the show, it's like within like a couple of days from linking with Next Level DJ Coalition shot to Knox Bond after doing his interview was our first sit down interview in Atlanta. And he just after the fact, hey man, you want to partner with this? And you know what I'm saying? I'm a coalition DJ. I'm like, yeah, you can do it. But yeah, with DVD, yeah, that was just like, I signed the deal, I think with Knox, that was December 1st, I did his episode. So he offered that to me December 2nd. Then December 5th, that's when I had done locked in with GT Digital Distribution, which shout out to Gold Toes, shout out to Alex, shout out to Gazi. Gold Toes is Gazi's right-hand man, so they basically link both companies together. Well, I signed with GT Digital Distribution, which gave me an opportunity to create a sub-level up under Empire. So that's where we got the Underdogs Worldwide. So everything that go through Underdogs Worldwide is going to go through Empire.
Man, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Will that allow you to bring other artists in and present them with that opportunity?
Yeah, with the same type of deal, because they gave me a 70-30, which I remember you asked me the first time I sat down to you say, what it'll make you sign a deal or something or whatever with a label and stuff. And I was like, if it makes sense.
Yes.
But a distribution deal, I'm realizing what time we in the music now. So it's like, it's more independent artists on the rise than just labels just signing artists and stuff. You feel me? So I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking Master P, Cash Money. I remember they did distribution and still had they label and they was independent, you know. So, yeah, they give me an opportunity to do that by creating a sub-label, so it'd be a same type of deal for them, like the other artists I want to put on and stuff. Yeah. So I was telling my, you know, a couple of artists that I know that's been down and I feel they deserve to, you know, be in the same pot. I told them, I said, you know, it's just basically just, instead of me just signing and just me, I'm able to put other people in position with me.
Absolutely. And the 70-30 is not a bad deal because it's going to open up so many doors for you that you may not have been able to do on your own. Yeah. Artists need to look at it like that. Like, I don't want to give 30% of my money away. Well, guess what? Giving 30% away is still going to yield you a higher income than if you don't sign that deal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How long is the distribution deal for?
The distribution deal is really like, I want to say it really ain't like because I could still kind of do my other thing, distribute with other people. It's not more like locking me in on the contract. It's more like you can still go over here, but when you come through us, this is the deal and the terms and stuff. So.
No, that's dope that you can still, like you said, if you find a situation over here that makes sense for this particular record, you can roll with that.
Yeah, they don't just lock you in just straight like, and you got all your masters and everything. You still fully on, you know.
Yeah.
And I think they dedicate, when I read, because I read it a couple times, but they was like, they basically appoint you like an agent too to help you navigate your, you know, and Empire and all that. They could promote your stuff without you having to pay, basically. So they can decide if they want to promote you or whatever and do all that stuff with it. So I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
I see a lot of people getting back to direct-to-consumer sales, which I'm here for it. I love that. How do you as a music artist feel about it?
I love it, but it's hard when, like I say, we don't have CD eras no more. So you really got to deal with people that's like, you got to build a relationship with people, I think, for them to just not just walk up. I mean, strangers going to support you and stuff too.
Right.
But I feel like you got to have something to make people direct consumer to you. It ain't more of a, back then, it was like you didn't have to negotiate. Now you have to negotiate because you up against Spotify, Apple, where they were like, why would I want to? So you got to make yourself more approachable and marketable versus back then, burn the CDs and you just on go, you know? Well, now it's like well, why should I pay you and I can pay $10 and get all this? Free.
Exactly. Your true fans will purchase it from you, but like you said, a perfect stranger may not.
I'm like, man, bro, they got, unless you just pop in and you did what you supposed to do and stuff, and they, it's, I guess, when you do make it on that type of level, I guess you might want to get into merch or other stuff that you can sell it yourself. Because the music going already, that's just got its own thing going right now.
No, that is absolute facts. In fact, I'm recently partnered with the company Street Legends Records, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're building the platform so the artist sells the merch, but then the music comes free with it. So it's like, okay, you buy the merch, but we slide the music in there too. And I love that concept because, like you said, you got to have something else because not everybody may want the music, but they're going to want that merch.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. It's like it make a person when they can get some of your merch or something, it just give them that exclusive feeling, already. Like it's your brand, but then I also know that can't just get this everywhere, so.
Absolutely. You recently went #1 on WeFam ATL.
Yeah, shout out to WeFam. I was just like, I promised him, but like when I came here and I told you it was the jumper cave, was the all this, because I ain't really have no plan. I just went to some of the podcast situation helped and stuff, but I just went to rolling. Yes. I was looking back, like, I don't even remember most of this stuff, but I'm like, that's crazy in a short amount of time. But yeah, WeFam, I like them. I respect them, and how they do business was everything to me. I felt like when I walked in, it felt like it was everything was run properly and ran right. So yeah, shout out to them, you know what I mean? I end up, and the support of my people and the podcast and everybody, like they end up putting me at #1. I think I had like over 200 some comments or whatever. Man. Like that's how they go off it with your support and stuff. So I don't know, 300 shares off one record.
I know that's right. And I love that too. I've actually have not met them, but I've referred so many people over to them because I see they have a dope setup, a dope platform. And me as being a fellow podcaster is like, I got to be mindful of who I send people to, you know what I'm saying? Because I take my business very seriously, and I've heard nothing but good things. So shout out to the family over there at WeFam ATL, definitely. So you performed and did an interview with them.
Yeah, they make you feel like a star when you're going I'm talking about the music on club levels. They make sure they get the best out of you when they do it. And I like that. Man,
let's talk a little bit more about the clothing line because we just briefly touched on it. For people who aren't familiar with your brand, talk to us about it.
Yeah, so it's the Last C. It was I started it in 2020, which is gonna be revamped. I just be having so much, but I be dropping some little exclusive here, like ideas I might wear and stuff, but. It's really just giving people a sense of like your own identity, with a foreign twist to it, because the Last C just means drip in Dutch, So, it's just one of the one-on-ones type of feeling. When you put it on, it's like I'm a one-on-one, which everybody should feel you're a one-on-one in life, So, yeah. Gonna start working on some more like jumpsuits and stuff. I'm actually sending you one too, Tampa. So
I will absolutely wear it.
I'm gonna make sure I make you a good one exclusive for you, So
I need that.
And be having like, I'll take words. I'm gonna give a little bit of my sauce. I'll take words and or quotes and kind of do a transcript with it. So it might be in another language or whatever and stuff, but in small letters, I might put what it means, like it's a powerful message behind it.
Listen, and that's what people like. I don't understand why more people don't support these independent brands, because you have a better chance of having a one-off or something very exclusive versus going to the mall and buying that Louis shirt that 10,000 other people may have. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't with that. I like to be different.
Nah, facts. That's the goal, is to stand out. What inspired you to launch the clothing line?
Yeah, it was that. I wanted to do something for self in a way, but then I also wanted to make it when you do something for self, obviously we servicing other people too, in a way. But that was my thing, just be something different. I always liked fashion. It was in the clothes and stuff, but I felt as an artist too, it helped me too, as in okay, when the artistry do move the way it do, it just bring the clothing line in it, because I'm wearing it out, most of the places I go.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be a walking billboard of your own brand.
That part. That part.
Question. We are wrapping up in 2024. We're heading into 2025, right? I just want an accountability moment right now with Fleetwood J.R. You've had these last 4 months. Things have been booming for you.
Yeah.
But what do you feel like right now coming into New Year is something that maybe you could work on a little bit more within yourself as an artist or a businessman?
That's a good question because I'm usually asking the question. But I think I just need to schedule everything more. Like I need to start writing stuff down. So like I be knowing the goal in my mind because I'm so used to just freestyling. But then also I be intentionally like I don't know if it's some notes I be having in my mind. Like I got to do this today, but more so just writing it down, seeing it, and just getting it done. Like not saying like okay, if I don't do this today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get it done. Like more so like if I'm gonna do music. If I'm gonna say I'm gonna drop a song a day or a song every 2 days, I'm gonna make sure I get it done no matter what's going on.
Yeah. I think when you have something visually to look at, it holds you more accountable.
Yeah, that part. That's what it is for me. And I'm a visual person, so I'm like, I gotta try something different to just make like basically give me another boost again because I'm up right now. It's like I gotta stay up.
Got to keep that momentum going. Absolutely. There are people who actually have like they call it a vision board, like a whiteboard, or I put notes on my phone and I check them like religiously. And sometimes I'll even put it on my calendar because I check my calendar every day to see what my schedule's looking like. And it's that constant reminder of stuff that I know I need to be doing or manifesting. Are you big on manifestation?
Oh man, that's crazy. You say that because everything has been manifested. Like I'm gonna give your flowers too again, Tampa, because I like the thing that I like about your platform and who you are as a person. Like you leave that door open. Yeah. It's business, you know what I mean? But like ever since I left here, I always like if I had a question, I seen something, I could just hit you up and you'll give me an answer back. You know, it ain't like a far reach thing. Yeah. You know, so yeah, like manifesting. Like when I think it's crazy because I can go back to a year, not even 12, but like before I moved to Atlanta, it's like two different situations where like the first situation happened. It was like I was at Universal just randomly, just out there in the park, whatever. It's thousands of people out there, right? So I'm big on this, like where I walk into somebody, they stop me in the middle of the park. I don't know them from a can of paint or nothing. They looked at me, they say, "Hey, bro." They said, "Man, you look like you a artist, a rapper or something." And I'm looking at him, I'm like, but he just telling me, just speaking words like, "Bro, God got something for you." You feel me? Like, just keep doing what you need. He looking me dead in my eyes. I'm looking at him like, it's a little crazy, but I'm just still paying attention and I'm giving, you know what I'm saying? I ain't just blowing him out like, "Man, what you got going?" Like, I'm listening to him. He really manifesting that on me and stuff. So it's just like from that time period to just all this stuff that been going on, like I'm big on like, when that thing happened, went on, I told you, somebody randomly reached out to me, which the internet is a crazy place. And I told you can't just go for everything. So I don't go for everything. So, but old girl named Miss K Mac Official or something used to work with QC. I didn't really pay attention. The first message she sent me, she was like, "I like your music, whatever. You made me a fan of your music and stuff. Keep going." And I ain't really reply back. Like, and then like a couple of days later, she like, "I can pull some string. I know some people and whatever. I used to work at QC or whatever." So I just was like, I'm just seeing the message. I appreciate it. Kept it moving what I'm doing. So like almost a year go by, because one thing I be looking for is when people be either, I'm thinking it's somebody in India playing with me or something, but they'll ask you for some money or, you know, so I ain't see them type of vibe. It was just like when that message, when no more messages, like a year later, she followed up and, because I did submit, I submitted my music to 1017 too recently. Okay. So I just threw it out there. I just was just play. It was an opportunity. I was just like, all right, let me just throw it out there or whatever. I guess they got some reconstruction going on with the labels and stuff for Atlantic, but she's like, yeah, I'm in tune with them, whatever. I think it's a good time for you to submit your music to Gucci and, you know, I think it's a good fit for you and all that type of stuff. So now I'm more, let me see who's talking to me right now. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is real deal. I'm seeing all the pictures and, you know, stuff like that. And it ain't like an account. Because I look for things like if a person, they'll have, say, TampaMystic name, and they'll put a dot in the middle.
Exactly, or underscore or something, or the I will be an L or something.
I tell you, you got to pay attention. Y'all artists better pay attention. Don't get too, you know, you got to really pay attention to that stuff, you know, because, yeah, the bait is out there, you know.
It happened. Someone actually had, not too long ago, probably 3-4 months ago, someone, instead of Industries Most Wanted, they created an account that was Industry Most Wanted, and they were reaching out to people for interviews and trying to get, and I said, that's something I never do, is I'll never reach out to someone and try to get money from them. Yeah. I allow them to come to me, because to me that throws, like you said, oh, girl didn't ask you for nothing, you know what I'm saying? But when they do, it's a red flag. artists, if someone initially comes in your DM or your email asking you for money, it's a red flag. Do your homework.
It's somebody over there in Cambodia with some good skills.
That is facts. And as soon as you send them the money, boom, they're gonna block you. Trust me, they will. But going back to like what you were saying, that guy came up to you.
Yeah.
You have that superstar image about yourself. Like there are certain artists out here that you look at them like I always the Migos as a reference. You know what I'm saying? Each of them, you know, long live, you know, Takeoff. But
for sure.
Each of them, just looking at them, they look like superstars. You have that same type of appeal about you. If someone sees you walking down the street, they're gonna be like, he does something. He's somebody. You know what I'm saying? You present yourself because perception is everything.
Yeah, and that's crazy when you said that. I forgot. I think at the time I came back, I think the industry more wanted. I had dropped the record while I flipped the record and all that at the time. Tell me how, like, I ain't never had nobody emotionally respond to a record. Like, the girl did a review on the record. I say, she's like, you want me to review it? I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. So I looked at the review. I was like, in the middle of the song, she started crying.
Wow.
I said, whoa. But then the stuff I was talking about in the record, you know, which was police brutality or just being, you know, in a certain environment, conditions we come from and stuff, and just putting it on wax, like giving an honest view of my perspective of things and stuff. But I was like, when I seen that, I say, that's crazy. It's just like, I can tell he's a star. And I was just like, she went to reflect on her own experience and stuff. I was like, yo, it's them type of things, like, I don't know. And then from August when I left her, when I got that message that time, I said, man, I told my dog, I said, man, something finna happen. I don't know what it is. I said, I feel it. I don't know what it is. I feel something coming. Then for just that in the last week, I said, I told you, bro, I was saying something is coming. I just didn't know. The universe, I feel like this, like, I'm big on the universe and shout out to God and everything like that. Like, I feel like, you know, people got to throw the plays out there. It's cool when you throw the play, but you just cast the reel out there and just sit back, like, and don't do nothing. Like, you ain't even if the fish pull it, you ain't pulling it back in. You just leaving it out there. Like, I feel like you got to at least align yourself where the universe dropped that ball. Like, it dropped the GPS. You riding in the car. You know, it's real dark. But then that rest stop right there you've been looking for with the lights lit up in there, that's the universe telling you, come on.
Yes.
Like, let's go.
You have to, we miss 100% of the shots we don't take. Like you said, you got to cast it out there and sometimes cast it out there and leave it there. You know what I'm saying? If nothing bites, nothing happens, that's fine. Boom, you cast another line out there. Opportunities rarely come knock at our door. We have to go out there and get them or find ways to create them opportunities. And that's what you've done through your platform, your podcast, you being an artist. Overall, looking at your entire everything that you do, man, what are you enjoying the most about this? Because you're on a high ride right now.
I'm just enjoying the fact that, like I said, I came in the game, I ain't have to chase nothing, I ain't have to do no, it was just really just the work. And that's why I'm more so like this, be relaxed about it and stuff. I ain't worrying about no views or what people thinking. And like, I'm not putting so much stress on myself behind all this. It's just like, I'm organically just like, this is just what it is. And I can be comfortable and stuff still come.
I think that's one of the most important things. You just said something. You're not putting that stress on yourself because oftentimes we as humans, we do that. We put so much pressure on ourselves that we fall out of love with the process.
Yeah, life and been life and like I've been going through so much, like, and it's just like that's the thing. Like I use that as my fuel of just hit hard. Like I'm throwing haymakers. Like just cause life trying to knock, no, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna buy weave, block, and then I'm coming back hard. That's how I've been moving, and that's why I can sit here and smile like through all of it.
Let's dive completely out of the industry. Music, your clothing, just you as a person. Take all that away. What do you enjoy doing when you maybe have a little me time, free time?
Yeah, without all that, I mean, I like some good shows. I was just watching From last night. I like getting in the gym and stuff, working on myself. You know, I do play Call of Duty and stuff a little bit. Like just when I got time, it's just having me time really.
Let's talk about real quickly, because, you know, I've been on my fitness journey for a minute. You said you like being in the gym. As an artist or just, you know, as a man, how important is it for you to take care of yourself? Because, you know, every day, every second, we get a little older.
It's very important because I remember my stage performance and I felt like I was getting like Gucci in '06. Like I was looking like, dog. I started running like literally I jumped in the gym because I didn't want to look like that. I was just like, I could see like, I'm looking at my stomach. I'm like, I can't even. I'm like,
I can't believe that.
you eating too good, my boy. Like, so I had to tighten up. I had to hit the gym, put myself in there 3 times a week, make sure I do cardio first. And then, like, even if it's just an hour, I start realizing, like, people think, like, man, it's an hour, it's just an hour. You know how fast they go by? Watching TV, you know how fast they go by? Like, it's just I guess the way you perceive stuff when you hear it, dictates how people be moving. But, yeah, I was doing that, and then I ran like 2 5Ks, just to be out there doing it. But I had told myself, I said, man, I'm running 5K for a reason. I got to get something after this to just, like, I got to have a trophy for myself or something. But, yeah, and I'm trying to getting back to it. Like, a lot been going on and stuff, so personally and stuff. But, yeah, I'm trying to get three days again, start the same thing back because that performance and everything. Like, I remember being on stage I ain't got enough breath.
Being out of breath, yeah, huffing and puffing.
I'm telling you, like, that's the real. So that's why when I started tightening up on that, more stamina, more able to just do it how I want to do it.
Absolutely, and really being in the gym, like I went yesterday, and I was in there for 2 hours and didn't even realize it. Yeah. I'm so sore today. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's why I keep my legs are done. But it's like it makes you feel good, not just physically, but it's mentally as well. It's like a mental thing.
Yeah, that too. That's everything. Because, like, when you get in there and you get to, like, after my cardio, I leave the gym feeling great.
Yes.
Wake up feeling good, not sluggish and stuff. Like, it's everything for the mental and physical. Because that's two things you can't negotiate in life.
Absolutely.
It's like, if you let your mental deteriorate and your physical deteriorate, it's like literally you're gonna be walking around looking like an aged banana or something. Like it's just life gonna show on the outside, like I like to be like, at least I don't look like what I'm going through now. It's all good. Like,
right. Drink your water, mind your business, get in the gym and work out. And I try to tell people, because trust me, the older you get, the harder it is. Because our bodies do. When I got into my 40s, everything started changing. I started gaining a little weight. My digestive system changed. While you're young, don't wait till you're 50, 60 years old. Do it now. Start now. It's important.
Every little thing count, even the small wins. Everything add up to something. I look at it like that. My analogy on that is like change. Change still add up to something.
Yeah.
It's not the big $10 bill, but them quarters gonna add up.
Absolutely. 100%. Give us a life lesson. Give us a gem. Drop something on us.
Stay down. Believe in your craft. Don't let nobody talk you out your vision or what you see for yourself. Just keep it moving. Keep the ball rolling. Don't get discouraged. Don't let nothing just stop what you see for yourself. You're the only one that can pump the brakes. If you fall off the bike, pick the bike back up and pedal again. Like life is what it is, but it's what you make of it.
Yeah. How you bringing the new year in?
New Year's. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just really excited about January. Be honest, I'm headed to Miami. We're gonna celebrate. Shout out to DVD Global Empress again for the invitation to the podcast and stuff. But just looking forward to like the releases and everything and stuff, and re-releasing music and But yeah, New Year's. I mean, I'm just really just grateful and thankful. I'm just gonna do what I do for real.
Tell everybody the single that you're pushing right now so they can go check it out.
Oh, yeah. It's the exclusive right here because I'm releasing it right now under Underdogs Worldwide, LLC. It's 2:32 a.m. And the crazy thing about this, too, Tampa, is I've been getting reached out by producers finding me and stuff, too. Like, I'm big on, like, I've learned you never know who's watching you.
That's facts.
Like, that's the thing. And I'm glad I figured my way to just use social media for what it is, to be able to reach people from all over, I don't have to go through a machine to reach everybody all over, but a Brazil producer from Brazil reached out to me, and he sent me some beats and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I like your music. And it's another one, too, I think. I forgot where he's from, but yeah, long story short, he sent me the beat or whatever, and I said I liked it, so we worked on it. But yeah, 2:32 a.m. produced by Ulysses from Brazil, so it's a vibe. It's not like Buckle Up, but it's still a turned up record too. It's just showing my versatility as an artist. Like I can go so many ways with it, and I just love to be able to say that today because it took a lot in my craft to be able to just mesh with everything. You know?
What's the significance behind 2:32 a.m.?
2:32 a.m. So it's just a whole vibe. It's more like
it's a lot that can happen at 2:32 a.m.
Exactly. That's why I said safety first. 2:32 a.m. Make sure you alert because after dark is after dark. But you know that's really what I was moved with. It just really just some towards the ladies, just vibing on the record towards the ladies and stuff. But yeah, that was my thing when the chorus. I was like, 2:32 a.m. You gotta make sure you safe.
Nah, facts. Good and bad things happened at that time. Is there a visual on the way?
Visual on the way. I'm gonna try to do it when we in Miami. Shout out to Film by Villy. Also shout out to the Female House too. Female House Entertainment. That's my family in Orlando doing big things. Like it's crazy. I got family on both sides of my family, like doing stuff within the industry and stuff. So I had one that started my journey or whatever, and then he kind of went his way. Then the other one on the opposite end, he got he on this A&R behind the scenes type stuff. So it's good to be able to call family and have these high class conversations. And I ain't having no conversation about who did what with. I'm not finna talk.
Heck no. Listen, I don't have. Anytime someone comes to me and tries to guess what, I don't want to hear that. If it's not on some business stuff and you're only out here trying to degrade other people or tear people down, I don't want no parts of them conversations. I have no desire for that. So y'all gotta stop doing that. Stop pillow talking, gossiping. That's just corny. Straight like that. Definitely.
Drain my battery.
Nah, facts. Anything else you got coming up in the works that we have not talked about that people need to be put on game with?
Return to the Underdogs on the way. I've been previewing a lot of it with me and my partner Sly Life. It's going down. That's gonna be the most like not boxed in type of project. It's so many different sounds and stuff like that, and it's a whole vibe. It's a vibe. I've been testing the waters. Like I say, shout out to Hit Factory Radio when I test the waters with them, and I've been playing a little bit here and there on other stations and stuff, but just trying to get an idea of what to do with it because we're in a content era now. So
yes.
I know that's going to be the thing that's going to have to do it. I'm going to have to shoot a lot of content to it, But, yeah, that's the beauty of it. We ain't got to wait on BET and watch, Rap City no more for the video.
Facts.
It's a YouTube era and the Instagram, social media era, so I'm loving that.
100%. When can we anticipate the project?
Gonna be top of 2025. It was recorded at Site Studios in Orlando, and it's gonna be mixed and mastered by him as well.
So everything's complete, except for the mixing and mastering portion. All the songs are done, recorded.
Yeah, we probably got about 5 or 6 that's mixing and mastered right now.
Okay, that's dope, man. How many total songs on the project?
I'm gonna anticipate 12. I don't want to oversaturate it because I want those songs to be pushed because they all a vibe. It's hard when it's like which one we going because it's like all right, that's cool, but I want to mash the gas on every record because they like that.
Your co-host is appearing on it with you as well?
Yeah, Fast. Big Fast. He a playmaker. Like every time I set to play, like as an artist, like, I'll do a hook or something. Like the chemistry is crazy because we don't sound like each other.
That's dope. That makes it even better though.
Yeah, that's why I love like we been building that chemistry since knee high. So it's just like, that's one of the ones where it's like set the position, he gonna shoot the ball. He gonna shoot the 3. Like I ain't gotta worry about if I get on the ball, he gonna drop it. Like he gonna do something with it. So yeah.
Facts, man. Well, listen, congratulations on everything. Like you said, over these last 4 months, it has been like boom, on go. You've leveled up probably more in 4 months than some people have in 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You deserve it all though because you're a good person. You put a lot of good energy into the world. You support other people. Listen, God sees all that. He's gonna continue to bless you. So I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate that, because I say when you say like 4 months, but man, it's been a long ride.
Right.
And it felt like I've been walking up a flight of stairs and now I can kind of take the elevator. Like the elevator's right there, but it wasn't there when I was going up them stairs.
But you know what though? It makes it all worth it. Mm-hmm. All that hard work that you put in is now paying off and you're reaping those rewards of all your hard work that you put in, man. You deserve all of it.
Appreciate that. Everything. I appreciate you opening the door for me and everything. Like I said, it was started for me. Like more so like attacking, like I started attacking like heavy.
Well, we definitely logged in for life. You know what I'm saying? We logged in. Where can people follow you on your platforms for you as an artist and your podcast and maybe your clothing brand? Where can people keep up with you?
Y'all can follow me at Fleetwood T47 on Instagram, at Underdogs Worldwide. That's Underdogs with a DAWGS. And just stay tuned. It's a lot going. 2025 is going to be like, that's that year. Like, I got that feeling again. Like, I had that feeling before years back, but it's like that moment when you feel that again, it's like, you know you own to something for real.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fast.
Who you want to give thanks to and shout out to for supporting you?
Shout out to God first, you know. Shout out to Sly Light, my partner. Shout out to my other partner, Swag. Shout out to Film by Villy World. Shout out to Site Studios. Shout out to FEMA House. Shout out to all of them. There's a lot of them in the FEMA, you know. Miami, Big Head. Shout out to DVD Global Empress for the opportunity of opening the door. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to the Underdog family. Shout out to Tampa.
Shout out to yourself.
Oh yeah, big fat, big fat. I pat myself on the like. I don't usually pop it like that. I'm too like I be humble, but I said, nah, it's time. I gotta pop it a little bit now. Yeah, for real. I said I gotta do it like a 20 versus 1 balloon. We gonna pop it for real.
Nah, facts, because it's not about being arrogant. It's about being confident and knowing who you are, knowing that you deserve everything that's coming your way because you worked hard for it. You ain't getting no handouts. You worked hard for it.
Yeah, that's for real. Yeah, cause you facts. It ain't no handout because they had to tell me like this is what you was doing. That's why I did it. You know, I can't say like, oh, you just gave it to me. I don't know why it came to me.
Right, exactly, 100%. Last but not least, shit, we pushing all the wrong buttons. We were live. Industry's most wanted. What makes Fleetwood J.R. the industry's most wanted?
They won't let me in. I gotta keep the door. Industry mo one is looking for me. They ain't ducking smoke. Call me Red Fly. I got the game in the figure 4. For real. That's just what it is.
I love it, man. Thank you for being here. Like, you are just like a breath of fresh air, man. For real, for real. I enjoy being in your presence.
Likewise, you know, that's why I said I gotta come back. This gonna be it for real with 2024.
I think what we should do maybe coming into the new year, and you guys can see this, maybe once a month you and I do an episode together, and it doesn't even have to be music related. You just come through and we like pick topics that we just kind of talk about. Because truth be told, early on I wanted to do an episode like that, and I even have the flyer made for it, but I just haven't done it. Maybe you and I could kick something off like that together in the new year.
Hey, I'm all for it, Tampa. Hey, when the opportunity is up, I'm an opportunity. So, hey, like you say, be on time, don't be late. And I try to make sure I keep my face good on that type of stuff. So, yeah, most definitely.
Straight like that, man. We up out of here, y'all.
Got locked in with taking home with me. Only pills on real double G's. Rolling baby girl, and the body might be. Can it be sold? Cause most